Hello everyone, my name is JacobAsAlways and welcome to our team builder for week number 1 in the NPCC, the National Pokemon Competitive Conference. My name is JacobAsAlways and I am your coach of the Green Bay Pikachus. In today's team building video, we are team building for Foe Plays and the Dallas Dedennes. I'm going to go over our roster with you guys, as you guys probably are aware based on the draft analysis video I did on Sunday. And then we're going to go over his team, and then we're going to go over the team we're bringing. And don't worry if you guys are wondering, no, he doesn't see this video. We battle, and then this video goes up after we have battled. So hope that makes sense. These are going to be going up every single Friday. The day before said battle is going to take place on Saturday. Well, we're going to battle ahead of time, but we're going to upload the battle on Saturday. So, without further ado, let's go in our team. Our team is as follows: Darmanitan, Milotic, Amoonguss, Latias, Mamoswine, Terrakion, Megapidgeot, Crustle, Magnezone, Malamar, and Aromatisse. So we have 11 Mons, and he also has 11 Mons because you have to have 11 Pokemon. So there you have it. His team has as follows: Talonflame from Tier 1, Chansey from Tier 2, Empoleon Crocodile from Tier 3, Slurpuff from Tier 4, Leafeon from Tier 5, Mega Sableye as his Mega, and his 4 free Pokemon are Salamence, Dedennes, Volcanion, and Vileplume. I'm pretty sure he just drafted Dedennes for the sheer purpose his team's name is the Dallas Dedennes, so it just makes sense in that regard. So not expecting Dedennes to come whatsoever because so many of our Pokemon can just obliterate it to the nth degree, so not expecting that Pokemon whatsoever. However, Pokemon I am expecting him to bring are the Crocodile and Mega Salamence and Talonflame for sure. Those and Volcanion. So those 4 I am anticipating for sure, no matter what, for him to bring. Then I would probably expect either the Mega Sableye and then either the Chansey or an Empoleon. I'm not really expecting him to bring Slurpuff and Leafeon. However, I could see him bringing the Slurpuff because if he gets rid of a said Pokemon of mine, it could be very problematic for our team. However, if he doesn't have said Pokemon, I'm not really too worried whatsoever. Anyway, let's begin with his team. So looking at his team, I saw a huge weakness. His team essentially gets obliterated by Choice Banded Darmanitan. I don't even have to be adamant, just Choice Banded Darmanitan in general. So we're rocking Jolly this week with 236 EVs into speed because it's level 50, so we have to make our speed and make our EVs according to level 50. So damage is done a little bit better at level 50 than level 100 since they're lower level. So we're only running that much speed to outspeed max speed Crocodile, because there's no point in wasting EVs in draft format. Like, why would you waste specific EVs? There's no sense in running max speed when you don't have to. Yeah, the 20 HP EVs I have aren't like too important. Like, they don't allow us to live any hit that I calculated. But why waste EVs when you don't have to? There's no sense running max speed when I can't outspeed his next fastest Pokemon. Salamence, yeah, Leafeon is base 95 as well, but there's no sense because I highly doubt he's going to bring Leafeon for 1, and we have ways around Leafeon to begin with 2. But I don't expect him to bring it, and I don't feel like just having those extra EVs just to speed tie. There's no guarantee we'll win the speed tie, and I'm not going to run Scarf to make sure because there's no sense in doing that. To me, there's no sense because I just don't. I don't like it. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so yeah, there you have it. We have Choice Banded Darmanitan. Flare Blitz nukes his team. You might think Volcanion's a switch on, but if we have Stealth Rock up, which you'll see which Pokemon has Stealth Rock in our team later on, Volcanion's not really a switching. It takes 25% from rocks, and I calculated a physically defensive Volcanion. If he brings that, which I don't think he's going to bring full-on physically defensive, he might bring max HP. He probably will bring max HP because we don't have anything around base 70, and he's probably not going to run enough speed to outspeed Milotic because it can't really hurt Milotic very much anyway. So it does 17 to 20 to full-on max defense, max HP Volcanion. Plus rocks damage, that's 42 to... Yeah, I know rocks aren't guaranteed to be up, but I feel Terrakion has a lot of good matchups where it can scare out said Pokemon and get Stealth Rock up. So that's why I feel it's very good in this matchup. The ability to get up Stealth Rock should be decent. And honestly, yeah, he could bring Mega Sableye, but if I see Mega Sableye, I'm just leading with Darmanitan. Unless he's max defense, max HP, physically defensive Sableye, he's not going to be living a Flare Blitz from us. Which he should be running max. He should be running as many outs to this thing as possible, otherwise it just runs through his team. And if he does lead with Sableye, more than likely I will not click U-turn right off the bat. I will not. I will not click Flare Blitz because I need to get that chip damage with U-turn first, then we can go for Flare Blitz. That's what we need to do, and instead I will just switch directly into a Moongus, predicting the foul play. So that way we not only get U-turn damage, we also get foul play damage, or Rocky Helmet damage because of the foul play if he decides to go that route. If he tries to set up, well, that's just not a very good play. And then we can just switch back into Darmanitan. Unless he predicts the switching back into Darmanitan, we can just nuke it with the Flare Blitz, and he doesn't have any switch-ins then after that. Yeah, he can go Volcanion, but his Sableye will just go down. His chance he can't switch into 2. His chance he can't switch in after Stealth Rock. Essentially, once we get Stealth Rock, a lot of mons just keep dropping left and right from this thing. That's basically what Darmanitan's for. It has U-turn for initiative, Stone Edge to hit the Talonflame, and Earthquake to hit Empoleon. In regard, actually, Flare Blitz is going to be doing about the same, so I just have it in case I don't want to get the recoil damage with the Flare Blitz or anything like that. And for Volcanion, too, so that way I don't have to rely on Stone Edge. So I have Earthquake for the Volcanion, too. If I want to predict that, I can go for that and be okay, but I need to be careful with this thing. Like I said, max defense, max HP, Mega Sableye, I believe, does live it. Either that, I think it does up to like 88, 90% to it. So somewhere around that vicinity. I have to be careful with this thing. I can't let it go down. This is a win condition of mine, and it's very important. So the next Pokemon we have, basically I made the entire team around Choice Band and Darmanitan to support this thing in order to knock out things that it can't knock out. For example, we have basically Talonflame can come in and just kill Darmanitan whenever it wants. It doesn't matter. It'll knock out Darmanitan. Same with Salamence. So this is our physically defensive Flame Orb Marvel Scale Milotic. It is here to take on... okay, I gotta get rid of Toxic. We don't have Toxic. We have Hidden Power Ground, actually. Just because, in case our opponent foul plays in the Dedennes run Substitute Volcanion, this thing still can beat it 1v1. No matter what, it will always beat Volcanion 1v1. It doesn't matter. It will beat it. Unless it specs HP Grass and we switch in on it, it won't beat it then. But if we have a safe switch into this, it will always beat Volcanion every single time. Specs HP Grass, what, does maybe 50 at the most, I think? Something like that? Not very much. And with Specs modest max HP, max special attack, we'll outspeed and get a recover off, so we actually can do well. But if it's Substitute Volcanion, which I would run if I were him, I want to be prepared for that, so we run HP Ground to break substitutes. That way our other Pokemon can revenge kill it, and or, you know what I mean? Like, I have to be careful. Like, I have to be ready for any situation. I wanted Toxic to just poison things and whittle things down, but I guess if we get a Scald Burn, it's the same principle. And plus, like, we can't Toxic and make a Sableye, so that's just a wasted turn. And I'm running Flame Orb opposed to Toxic Orb, because in case it gets down to the nitty gritty and we're in there longer, Toxic Orb will just rack up and it'll do more damage to us, where Flame Orb will always do that 12.5% because of the burn. So I'd rather be burned than badly poisoned with this thing, because I can see myself staying in with this thing, because Milotic is a Pokemon that doesn't go down very easily. This is our switch in to Talonflame. We need this for Talonflame, or we essentially just lose to Talonflame right here and right now. Talonflame is the biggest threat on our opponent's team. I'm not worried about Salamence. I'm not worried about Choice Band and Crocodile or Choice Band and Salamence. I have ways around those. I can play around those and kill those. Milotic, we need for Talonflame. So if we see Talonflame, we will conserve Milotic for the Talonflame, so we can beat the Talonflame 1v1 with the Skull. So I'm not essentially too worried about Talonflame because of Milotic. If we lose Milotic, then we are in a pickle. We can probably get it down to knock itself out from its own recoil because Amoongus has Rocky Helmet and the recoil, and if it's Life Orb, will go down to that. But I don't want to rely on that. We also have Mamoswine's Ice Shard if it doesn't go Brave Bird, which I'm sure it would. But I think we're bulky enough with Mamoswine to live a Brave Bird and then knock it out with an Ice Shard afterwards. But I can't rely on that. I have to be careful. My Lodic is our win condition, or not win condition, our win condition against Talonflame, I should say. But we have to be careful. So next up, we got Amoongus. Amoongus is our Pokemon to wall Leafeon and Slurpuff, and it can take hits from Crocodile as well as Salamence as well because of the Regenerator, because it is so bulky. And we can just put something to sleep. As long as we knock out Mega Sableye or we knock out a Vileplume, I don't anticipate him bringing either. We can put something to sleep. I am positive we can put something to sleep. And with Regenerator, it is really nice. We have Synthesis for reliable recovery. I know we have Giga Drain and Regenerator, but I want to be able to hard wall everything that we need to hard wall. That's what I'm looking to do. Because we can take a +6 return from an Adamant Slurpuff with this Amoongus after Stealth Rock. So after Stealth Rock will still live no matter what. I EV'd my Amoongus accordingly. Perfect. So we can always live. We can stall, or not stall. We can wall any variant of Amoongus, any variant of Leafeon, essentially any variant of Crocodile or Salamence that don't get boost. And if it wants to go for Fire Blast, Life Orb, Fire Blast from Salamence will not knock out Salamence, or will not knock out this Amoongus. We'll get the Regenerator boost or Synthesis. If I want to Scout, I'll just go for Synthesis on said Salamence and just Scout to see what he wants to do. I just hope it doesn't set up Dragon Dance in my face. However, if it does, if it gets to +1, we have a Scarf Latias that can outspeed and knock it out with the Draco. Unless it's like the Haban Berry. I believe that the Haban Berry reduces super effective Dragon moves. If I'm correct, I believe I'm correct. But yeah, there you go. We can knock it out with the Draco. It wouldn't be Haban Berry Salamence. I'm pretty sure it'd either be Scarf, Life Orb, Expert Belt. Leftovers. I can't anticipate a Haban Berry. What if it does? It is. We have Scarf Latias to revenge kill his team. It has really good coverage against Volcanion. Energy Ball, so we do not get Pursuit Trapped by that Crocodile. We have Energy Ball specifically for that. Thunderbolt for the Empoleon and Volcanion. Draco just hits the rest of his team. This entire moveset is neutral on his entire team. I'm not running Stab Psychic because we don't need it this week. We have Darmanitan, Mamoswine, even if he does bring Vileplume, I don't anticipate him doing that. But if it does, I'm not worried about it at all. We have Amoongus. He could do something crazy with a Sunny Day team or something random, but I don't anticipate that. Draco's still going to be doing a lot to the Vileplume anyway. I'm not going to leave. If I predict a chance of switching, I'm unlikely to switch to Terrakion or Darmanitan, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm really not. So there you have it. There's that. Works out really well. So there's that. And next up, we have Life Orb Mamoswine, specifically to check certain things on his team. Also, I just have enough speed on our Latias to essentially speed creep a +1 Salamence. So Salamence's speed is 167 at level 1, level 50. We're 168, so we automatically speed after +1 because we're Choice Scarf. So there's that. And we have Healing Wish in case one of our heavy hitters, Mamoswine, Darmanitan, or Terrakion get low. So we can come in and do that if we need to. No Defog this week because his only hazard on his entire team is Stealth Rock. And his 3 Stealth Rock users, Empoleon, Chansey, and Crocodile, are going to have a tough time getting him set up on my team, I feel. Terrakion takes down Crook, takes down Chansey. Mamoswine can also do that too, but I'm leading Terrakion or Darmanitan more than likely with this. I don't anticipate me not leading with either of those two, but one of those two will be my lead. He's the only reliable defog user. Empoleon will go down to Darmanitan, Mamoswine, or Terrakion, so I'm not worried about him defogging away our hazards. Yes, Salamence can get defog. I don't anticipate him bringing defog Salamence because he's got Empoleon, so that's why I think Empoleon will come. Because we could spike stack him with Crustle if we wanted to, which we're not because I don't want to do that. We could, but that actually allows Salamence the ability to set up. Plus, I wanted more defense. I wanted more balanced attack this week than anything. But next up, we do have Life Orb Mamoswine. Just enough speed to outspeed his Slurpuff, because why would we not do that? Like I said, a waste of EVs. So, the HP and defense EVs are kind of weird, but think about it. Life Orb takes 10% of your damage, right? Takes 10%. So, instead of doing us like this, we would be at 193. That's pointless, because if we do, just in theory, if we do 10 Life Orb hits, it'll still bring us down to 1. Whereas this will bring us down to 3, and just pointless to waste EVs, so the rest go into defense, because just by default, max attack for obvious reasons. Not much to be said about Mamoswine. In case Salamence gets out of hand, we have Ice Shard for priority to knock it down. It could be Yachi Berry, yeah, but it'll bring into range where we'll be able to knock it out and deal with it accordingly. I'm not essentially too worried, because he knows he can't set up more. If it's at +1, we can bring in Mamoswine. If it's not at +1, so we're fine. Just go for an Ice Shard. And if it's Yachi Berry, it'll use the Yachi Berry. And if we try to set up again, we'll just knock him out with Ice Shard again. So no sense in him trying to set up again. So that means we could come in with Latias and knock it out. So there we go. And if he's not Yachi Berry, say he's like Kaban Berry, we'll knock him out then. So not really worried about that. This basically doesn't allow him to set up more than +1. So Mence will not get up to more than +1 in this battle. Will not happen. I will not let that happen. So there you have it. We're actually battling him in maybe an hour or so. Can't remember the exact time we're battling him, but soon. Soon. I'm just doing this team builder before it, because otherwise it'd be awkward to do a team builder after the battle takes place. Yeah, it'd be a little awkward. Anyway, our last but not least, our final team member is War Greymon. Why did their names not stick? I had Ray Romano, the Mamoswine, Jet the Latias, Voltrod the Amoonguss, Brand the Malartic, and Nuke the Darmanitan, and War Greymon the Terrakion was supposed to stick. There, War Greymon. There we go. I don't know why it didn't stick. But yes, we have enough speed, just like our Latias to outspeed a Salamence. We're not scarfed or anything, but I just wanted to do that specifically for that. And why do I not? I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, we have just enough speed, Jolly, because that's his fastest thing in his team. I could do Dedennes, but Dedennes not coming to this battle, and if it does, not going to be max speed, I don't think. So, nothing else. His fastest Pokemon outside of Talonflame is said Salamence. No sense in us doing this. I wasn't going to run a Rock Polish Terrakion this week because of Talonflame. He could just revenge us with Brave Bird if it comes down to it. So, Swords Dance it is, because this is our late game sweeper if we need that to happen. We will late game sweep this. I can set up a Swords Dance on Chansey in Chansey's face, and there's nothing it can do about it. Tries to Thunder Wave me. We have Lumberry. And there's nothing around that. We have Stealth Rock because we needed a Stealth Rock, because we didn't want another Mamoswine because I felt we needed all that moves we needed on it. And this is the Pokemon we were going to bring with Stealth Rock this week because of that. So it's pretty generic set. It's not anything too fancy, not anything out of the ordinary. I don't really think we needed out of the ordinary sets this week to beat his team. I feel his team is solid overall, but I feel his team has weaknesses, but then again our team has weaknesses too, like to Talonflame, and I knew that coming in. I did. Like I said in the draft analysis, I knew it coming in, but it's nothing too unpredictable. Like, this is a set you should anticipate. I don't see myself not running it. I did have Taunt over Swords Dance originally and Expert Belt over Lumberry, but I felt Lumberry actually is better than Expert Belt this week because we can set up a Swords Dance in his face, and if he isn't a support Crocodile, which I feel he will run support Crocodile, there you have, this thing can just like if it wants to switch in on our Swords Dance, we'll OHKO with a close combat then because we'll be at +1. So we have ways to win this game. We have win conditions on this team versus the Dallas Dedennes and foul plays. So overall, I'm really liking our chances to be 1-0 after week 1 in the National Pokemon Competitive Conference Season number 2. So if you guys could, please electrify that like button, like a Zebstrika would Zebstrika Army if you want to. You're not required by any stretch of the imagination to do that. If you want to leave a dislike, that's okay too. Just leave constructive criticism is what I want the most out of each and every single person here watching this video today. Thanks for watching. I have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Zebstrika Army. Bye. Choice Banded, Flare Blitz, everything. Whoop.